Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will turn the pages of A Grief Observed by C.S. Lewis. A Grief Observed by C.S. Lewis, published in 1961, is a profound meditation on grief, loss, and faith. Written after the death of his wife, Joy Davidman, the book explores Lewis's personal journey through mourning, faith crises, and eventual spiritual renewal. Initially published under the pseudonym N.W. Clerk, the work's raw honesty and philosophical depth resonate deeply with readers grappling with loss. Plot summary. After Joy Davidman's death, her husband, a grieving scholar, descends into an abyss of sorrow. His world, once filled with love, now feels barren. Her absence casts a shadow over his every moment, as if life itself had been reshaped by her departure. Grief envelops him like fear, an unsettling sensation of restlessness and detachment. The familiar, once so comforting, now bears an alien quality. He yearns for the presence of others, but cannot bring himself to engage with them. Words from well-meaning friends ring hollow, their sympathy unintentionally intensifying his isolation. The man is haunted by the recurring realization of his wife's absence. This is not a wound that can be tended to and healed. It is an all-encompassing void that pervades his very being. Her memory, vivid and piercing, returns unbidden, igniting moments of despair. Yet, even in his anguish, he resists surrendering to sentimentality. His wife was no saintly abstraction. She was vibrant, sharp-witted, and joyously alive. To remember her as anything less would be a betrayal. As he wrestles with his grief, his thoughts turn to God. A devoted believer, he finds himself confronting the agonizing silence that accompanies his prayers. Where is the God he trusted, the one he had devoted his life to understanding and serving? He grapples with the paradox of divine love and suffering. At moments, he is overwhelmed by doubts, fearing that God is absent, or worse, cruel. Yet his faith is not extinguished. It flickers, tentative but persistent, like a candle in the wind. The days pass, and grief begins to reveal its many facets. At times, it is a dull ache. At others, it surges like a tidal wave, sweeping away any semblance of normalcy. The man feels his wife's absence everywhere, not only in their shared spaces, but even in his own body, once animated by the intimacy of their love. Life becomes a series of cul-de-sac, paths once leading to her now abruptly cut off. Yet, amid his sorrow, there are moments of clarity. He recognizes that his grief, though deeply personal, is not unique. It is the price of love, a debt owed by all who dare to open their hearts. He reflects on the nature of memory, fearing that his recollections will become distorted over time, his wife reduced to a mere shadow of her true self. He battles to preserve her essence, even as the passage of time threatens to erode it. Gradually, his reflections take on a broader scope. He questions the nature of the afterlife and the possibility of reunion with those who have passed. While he yearns for tangible signs of his wife's continued existence, he is skeptical of easy answers. He cannot accept platitudes or the comforting fictions offered by spiritualists. Instead, he confronts the stark reality of death, seeking to understand its place within the greater tapestry of existence. Amid his musings, he finds himself drawn to the idea of a divine surgeon, one who inflicts pain not out of malice, but as a means of healing. It is a difficult truth to accept, for it means embracing suffering as a necessary part of the human experience. Yet, this perspective offers a glimmer of solace. If pain is purposeful, then it is not meaningless. And if it is not meaningless, then perhaps it can be endured. Over time, the sharp edges of his grief begin to soften. This is not to say that the pain diminishes. Rather, it becomes more bearable, like a weight that the body grows accustomed to carrying. He discovers that, paradoxically, the less he clings to his wife's memory, the more vividly she returns to him. In moments of quiet, when his mind is not consumed by longing, he feels her presence more keenly than ever before. This revelation marks a turning point. He comes to understand that love, even in its absence, has a transformative power. His grief, though searing, has not been in vain. It has stripped away illusions, leaving behind a deeper, more nuanced understanding of faith, love, and the human condition. In his wife's death, he has lost much, but he has also gained something profound, a renewed connection to the eternal and a recognition of the resilience of the human spirit. As he reflects on his journey, he does not claim to have found all the answers. There are still questions that linger, doubts that gnaw at the edges of his faith. Yet, he is no longer consumed by despair. The door that once seemed locked and bolted has begun to open, offering glimpses of light beyond the darkness. The God who once felt so distant now feels nearer, not as a source of easy comfort, but as a presence that sustains him through the trials of life. In the end, his wife's death has not severed their bond but transformed it. She remains a part of him, not as a memory to be idolized, but as a living testament to the power of love. Her absence, though painful, has revealed the depth of their connection, a connection that transcends time and space. And while the journey of grief is far from over, he faces it with a newfound strength, ready to embrace whatever lies ahead. Looking for more great reads? Be sure to check out other books by C.S. Lewis. Find them in the description or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in C.S. Lewis's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.